But I say the state of the nation because we care about this country. In fact, we are Nigeria Info. We give you the information you need to better your life. I say news you can use to improve your life. It's 10:31, coming up to 10:32, and we promised yesterday. Yesterday, I made an announcement that by this time on the show, we'd have a very vital conversation. We'll bring the NSAS conversation back. I know you'll be saying, Collins, aren't you tired of NSAS? No, I don't think anyone is tired because that's pretty much what has brought us where we are right now. And there are also other aspects of that we need to look at. And we decided to theme this conversation, NSAS Aftermath, dealing with the mental trauma. That's exactly what we'll be discussing. Absolutely. So we do have a special guest joining us. She is a consultant psychiatrist. She's been here before, and she's certainly a friend of the house. But most importantly, she's not here to smile at us, just that, even though it would be nice to see her smile. She's here to us to talk and ask questions that will help us deal with the trauma that have come or we are experiencing as a result of the recent happenings in our dear country, Nigeria. So Lagos, we try to identify the triggers for mental trauma despite any situation. We'd also try to prefer solutions to mental trauma that the mental trauma that the protest may have caused. Because the truth is, there was a lot of switches. I mean, today you wake up this morning, there's this change, and then boom, silence, and then boom, stories, and then news, and then everywhere. That alone could kill if it hasn't killed people already. So we decided to bring this conversation on the Friday where we know it's our Family Fun Friday. It's a day we discuss family. And Dr. Bujubola Abiri joins us now live in the studio. Hi, Doc. How are you?
I'm very well, Collins. How are you too?
I am. I can't claim to say everything is fine, and I'm fine because I'm not. Especially along this line of this conversation.
I like that you're honest.
Yeah, I'm not.
Immediately I walked into the studio, I could see that your countenance was quite down.
Absolutely, and I'm not. And truly, it may have nothing to do with any specific thing, but it could just be maybe I'm also dealing with, the aftermath of the NSAS situation, because we're at the core of everything. We're there covering and discussing the matter and everything, and then yes, we certainly would have been affected, and that's why we're here today. Good to have you.
Thank you, bro.
What has been happening from the last time we spoke? What has been going on?
Well, topsy-turvy, calm, and then the NSAS protest, peaceful protest initially, and then unfortunately got hijacked and turned rather bloody afterwards. Yeah. It was quite impacting.
Absolutely.
Largely negatively, especially because, even in my own field, it's caused a lot of ripple effects. Not just on, people who were previously vulnerable to a mental health condition, but even people, general population who had no previous exposure to trauma or anything. It was quite impacting on all of us, to be honest.
Indeed, that's a statement of fact. And I was going to ask, do doctors also get mental? Yeah, I mean, for people like you, how do you keep your mental? Because you've got to be in check. Do you deal with situations like that sometime?
Oh, well, yes, definitely. I mean, so first of all, we're human.
Yeah.
We just have, skills which we have learned over the years to be able to cope with, difficult life issues when they do happen.
Yeah.
But again, we're not God. And so, one of my clients said yesterday before our session started, he said, Doctor, we're always talking about me. Let me ask about you. How did you cope during that time? Did you also get overwhelmed? Did you have to speak to someone? And I said, oh, definitely. Even a therapist needs a therapist. And so, yes, at some point I had to turn off my phone because, it had become quite overwhelming. At some point I had to refer colleagues to other colleagues to speak to. And of course, at some point I had to, pour out my own heart to someone as well so I could be in a better place.
Fantastic. Well, today I want us to do many things in one. I hope the time will permit us. One of them is, because I plan to ask the question, it's a common question that we hear. But I'm going to ask everyone that's listening to us right now, are you normal? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you normal? Your head correct? I know it sounds very derogatory, like, oh, you're asking me that question, but that's literally what I'm asking you, because people, it's possible for people to be on the streets, right? Going about their business, acting as everything is okay, but mentally we dissing. A lot of people have a situation right now on the streets listening to us.
So, if you go back to what the WHO says, that 1 in 4 persons at some point in their lives will come down with a mental health condition. So that's fact already. And that's fact without thinking about the social difficulties, the adversities, the exposure to trauma, wars, or violence, to mention but a few. And so, yes, the average Nigerian is at risk, especially when you look at the difficult environment that we have found ourselves in. People wake up, there's no electricity. People are living in overcrowded environments. People wake up, there's no certainty as to what the next day holds, what the next minute holds, in fact. It's a turbulent environment. And I think one of the major things that, this traumatic event that happened did was that it reignited the previous trauma that people had gone through and had almost forgotten about, largely because they didn't deal with it, but because people, when the protest started, people felt like we're asking for bare necessities. What we felt was normal.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it just, went overboard. Things spiraled out of control and it became what it was, sadly.
Very, very sadly. So, Lagos, that question is out there in case you're still waiting for it. Are you normal? What is it you've noticed about you after the protest that you think is irregular? Well, the doctor is here. She's going to respond to that. But I'm going to kick off this by asking you, doctor, what are the common mental issues that people can develop or get that could affect people after what we all have experienced in Nigeria has happened? Things like the protests and all the stories around it. What are the common? How can these affect people?
All right, so in talking about how all of this could have effects on people, it's important to know that there can be normal responses to stress, trauma, or a significant life event. And those normal responses can range from undue irritability to tension to confusion to feeling numb, feeling detached, not sleeping well, not eating well, having problems with concentrating or paying attention to things that, normally would have happened. I mean, a few days, following protests, I couldn't sleep as regularly as I would sleep. I wasn't eating as regularly as I would eat. I had people calling me from over, America and the UK, and they were crying over the phone saying what exactly is going on there. However, aside, normal responses, which would happen a few hours after, a few days, or a few weeks after a while, these responses continue to linger on and start to then increase in intensity and frequency. And beyond increasing in intensity and frequency is the fact that they then start to cause distress to the individual. Distress in personal functioning, distress in relationships, distress in occupational functioning, such that, it reduces productivity, effectiveness, and efficiency at the workplace, and distress in functioning in broader terms. And so a huge barrage of mental health disorders can happen, from anxiety disorders, which can be panic anxiety, generalized anxiety disorders, especially due to trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, which is something that I found. A couple of people who spoke to me after the traumatic events at the Lekki toll gate were people who had been in previous violent situations in other parts of the country. And so what that experience did for them was that it awoke what they had gone through. I mean, a girl was talking to me and told me about, one time when there were religious issues where she used to live, and the family used to sleep with guns and knives to protect themselves. It triggered everything all over again. And interestingly, she attempted suicide during this episode, post that protest. When I was called to see her, I was very shocked myself, but it was what it was. So for some people, it's mood problems, depression, mania. For some people, it's psychosis. And for some people, while trying to escape that reality and to cope with the difficulty that they found themselves, it's substance abuse disorder. So they find that they're using more of alcohol, or they're turning to illicit substances of abuse to cope. You know the names. This is what it is.
It is indeed what it is. So, Lagos, I'm going to take your call. So you have questions for a special guest. You could go ahead. We're talking about your mental state. If you're okay, if you're fine, that's exactly what I'm asking you. What is your story? Do you think that you have been behaving one kind? You forget things. Next minute you are happy. The next minute you're switching to what's that? Is that being bipolar, right?
Well, not necessarily so.
Okay.
I mean, that could happen to any of us, depending on what we've been exposed to, what our vulnerabilities are, what what difficult situations we're currently going through. Of course, for bipolar, it will be a matter of duration, timing, for how long that individual has had the symptoms, the intensity and frequency of the symptoms, and of course, again, the distress that the symptoms cause to the individual.
All right, let's take the calls. 0700 993 993 993. That's the number. We're also streaming live on Facebook right now. You can join the conversation on Facebook, stream live and see the face of my guest, the beautiful face of Dr. Abiri here. And you can also drop your comments and questions on Facebook and on YouTube, where we're streaming live right now. The number to call is 0700 993 993 993. That's 993 in 3 places. That's the number. All right, it's not a mistake. It's a magic number, you know. You can accommodate as many as possible. Man, whatever is going to make me laugh, guys, I'm excited about it. You know why? Because these days there are no many things to make you laugh. So if you see me laugh, just laugh at my laugh. Laugh at the laughter I'm laughing. You see this guy's face, his laugh is very funny. No need to look for something that's funny. Just laugh at the laugh. All right, so I hope that works. Let's take the first call. Hi, what's up, Lagos? Good morning. Hello, good morning. Ooh la la. Good morning, what's up, Lagos?
Hello, Nigeria Info.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Timile, calling from Ebute Meta.
Good to have you. Timilane, are you normal?
Yeah. I'm normal, like seriously. I'm normal.
How do you know? How do you know you're normal?
The way I think, everything about me, the way I behave normal.
Doctor, what is normal? Okay.
No,
So no, it's okay. I want you to keep listening, because is it possible for you not to be normal and think you're normal? So maybe we should go into asking questions like, what are some of the symptoms that you should look out for to know that would that be what shift there?
So I think that a good place to start would be to say that normality is about perception. It's about what the environment sees as and considers to be appropriate for that age, gender.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Socioeconomic
Absolutely.
status and all of that. So normality may not be the right word to describe it. However, I think a better word would be mental health. And how do you know as an individual that you're mentally healthy? It just means that you are successfully able to perform the functions of the mind. Now, what are the functions of the mind? The functions of thoughts, emotions, beliefs, perception, and behavior, in such a way that the person who is then mentally healthy is able to cope with the normal stresses of life, can engage in thriving relationships, can make their own contribution to the environment, and they can also engage in productive activities. If an individual is able to do all of that, it is then and only then that you say that the individual is mentally healthy. So not just one of those 4 criteria, it's being able to, engage in all of those criteria successfully.
Wow, great. So fantastic. So that means if you don't find yourself doing all these things, that means you should see the doctor.
By all means, yes.
Okay.
Get yourself checked. I mean, I think we should encourage people to seek help, not only when the big things happen, but when the seemingly little things happen. So little things such as a change in job, a loss in relationships, a loss in, a loss of a loved item, exposure to trauma such as the one that happened with the NSAS protest and the ensuing Lekki protest. It's not only after a major thing happens and life appears to have thrown you so much at the same time. We should start normalizing the conversation with, seeing a therapist as basic as saying, I want to go service my car, or I want to go check what my BP looks like. Check on your mental health, not only when you fall, but because you don't want to fall.
Great. We're going to get more tips, but let me listen to Lagos. If you do have a question, Lagos, call and let's talk. Hi, what's up, Lagos? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Cindy. I'm calling from Lekki.
Let's talk, Tunde.
I think these days I'm not the person I used to be. The reason is that Unlike before, when I used to pay attention to people, when people try to talk to me about their challenges, I pay attention. And some other day they ask me about it, and I tell them what I think and I advise them. But these days, when people talk to me about their challenges, I came to realize that I might feel like, or I might appear to them like I was listening, but actually I wasn't listening. I'll be somewhere else, and when they ask me about the last time they spoke, I won't remember. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember any of those things you've been talking about since. And I think that is as a result of what happened to me recently.
Okay.
I'm a young man. I'm a dispatch rider.
Okay.
Post the protest,
Okay.
that was on the 22nd.
All right.
I left the space I was staying here in Lekki to go get some drugs for myself because I'm asthmatic.
Okay.
So on my way out, hoodlums actually attacked me, and they collected my bike from me. And the bike, I took it on hire purchase. And looking at the fact that recently I had an accident and that happened to me, that have really affected my mental health. And the craziest thing is that I called the MD of my company. I explained to him what happened, and the response actually broke my heart. That I won't lie to you, right now I'm just in a tough situation. I'm just thinking about what next am I going to do. And the craziest thing is that the people that come to me whenever they're in challenges, whenever they have problems, they don't seem to care, and they know about these things that happen to me. Just a few of them that really care, talk to me and try to encourage me. But many of them don't even care. And honestly, right now, I'm thinking like maybe when I get out of this situation, when I'm able to pay all the debt and get something else to do to pay debt, I was thinking I won't give my attention to people like I used to again. It's just so heartbreaking. Just so heartbreaking.
Really
so
sorry.
that's the situation I'm in right now. And
okay, sorry about that experience.
I
know doctor's going to respond. I want you to stay tuned to your radio and listen to her response. And
right.
Thank you for being bold enough to share this with us, because that's one thing too. People coming out to talk. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Sorry about that experience, doctor. He is probably not the only one who's faced with that.
Yeah.
Personally, I've noticed if they follow me talk, they are telling me something now. My brother, my sister, I'm not hearing Jack. I'm just there. My mind is somewhere else. I don't even know where he is, stuff like that. So I'm not the only one, and he's not the only one faced with that. Most of us. First of all, what could cause this? How do we get there? Is it as a result of the post? Could it be part of what we're talking about? And how do we deal with this situation?
All right. Well, let me first of all commend Tunde for calling and for sharing his experience. It must be a really difficult time and place to be in, especially because if you notice, it sounds like a springboard who people will always come to meet at every point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, is at risk for what we call a caregiver burden.
Oh.
Aside that is also the fact that he mentioned that he had been in an accident just before the hoodlums attacked. And so this is you thinking, I'm going about my duties, trying to get medication for myself, I'm trying to find help, and regular people on the street attacked me and took my means of livelihood. So that's loss. And to that loss, there will be grief. And so Tunde thinks that, well, let me call my boss. My boss understands that Nigeria is, what he was at that time. And I hope that I can get some words of encouragement and succor from my boss. But you heard what he said. His boss pretty much just turned his back on him. And I think that, what I should do is, just before I leave, because Tunde also appears to be in quite a difficult place where he's already thinking that when I get out of this mess, I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'll leave a number with you so that he can call and get counseling on it.
Absolutely.
However, of course, it's also important that we realize that if there's nothing that we take away from this year, it's the fact that we must be there for one another. It's the fact that the role that community plays, each one looking out for the other person, not because you have it all, not because everything is going on well for you, but because you're also trying to help the other person build their mental health and resilience. We must, by all means, reach out to others and be there for them as much as we can. Of course, take care of ourselves first before you definitely reach out to other people.
All right, let's take another. Hey, what's up, Lagos? Good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio. Move away from it. Kill the volume dead.
What's up, Lagos?
Good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu Ogubike from Ojo, Lagos.
All right, Ifeanyi, let's talk, sir.
Yeah, I'm normal.
Are you mentally okay?
Mentally okay, body, spirit, and soul.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah to that. Let's talk.
Thank you. So it's all about knowing who you are and letting nothing to worry you, no matter what is going on the street.
Hard.
Make sure you are sound always.
All right.
Whenever anything comes around or trying to shake you try to buy self-control and pull yourself on the sound.
Absolutely. Well, I had to discontinue that because of that holdback. Hey, good morning. What's up, Lagos?
Hi, good morning. What's up, Lagos?
Good to have you. What's your name? Where are you calling from, Sai?
My name is Jacob. I'm calling from Sulere.
All right, Jacob. Let's talk.
The question, am I normal? The answer is capital no, I'm not. And
what's going on? Tell us.
Since this year, suicidal thoughts have come to my mind. Even as of yesterday, it still happened.
Wow.
Depression. As I'm talking to you now, I'm in 100% depression. When I mean 100%, I mean what I'm saying. The happenings, the frustrations. When you do everything to please people, at the end of the day, what you get in return seems to be heartbreaking and annoying. You're making your plans as a young man, hustling all legitimate ways to make ends meet. All your plans have been frustrated. They are yielding no fruit. You're under pressure, family pressure. I'm clocking 40. I don't have a room of my own. I'm not married. No good job. No academics. Nothing. It seems like, I don't know how to best describe it. I don't know.
Wow.
Right now I'm driving. As I'm talking to you, I'm driving home because I can't concentrate anymore. Yesterday, I almost got tipped out of someone's provocation. In order to handle it well, I have to lock myself in, not to transfer aggressions or offend any other person around me. Today, I decided to go and look for daily bread, as I used to do. I'm an Uber driver, but it's annoying, it's irritating, it's frustrating. I'm driving back home to go and see if I can get enough sleep. Maybe when I wake up, I don't drink to tell me go and drink.
All right. So what I want you to do is listen to the doctor. Just listen to her on radio. It's a tough situation to find yourself. And what you've done right now is the best step. The first step is to be bold enough to share it. And definitely you'll be have an opportunity to have a one-on-one with Dr. Abiri, no doubt. So, but Doctor, how would you respond to that after the break? Just hang on there. Keep listening to the radio, okay?
Thank you.
All right, great. So we need to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll get this. We might need to extend this, but I'll be back.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Guy, you don't see that new funny video for Twitter? That one with the boy.
You mean this one?
What of that brother Shaggy news kit where they circulate WhatsApp?
Oh, this one.
What of that meme where the guy
when mouth open like this, bar?
Mr. No Ito, which data you they use know all these things?
Now Glow new data plans get me. Are you serious? With just 50 naira, and they get 50 MB. And with just 100 naira, and they get 150 MB. Where have to use chat or browse on top Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and even Snapchat. Don't dull yourself, oh. Dial star 777 hash now. Make you begin the browse, they go.
Glow Unlimited.
In the information era, facts, events, and news are available at the click of a button. The information flow is enormous, which makes the financial markets unpredictable. As a trader, you need to have a strategy, and most importantly, you need a trustworthy partner that will simplify things for you. Hot Forex is serious about its responsibilities to you. With its origin dating back to 2010, we are a multi-regulated broker with over 2 million live accounts, wide global presence, more than 35 international awards, tight spreads, multiple assets, reliable fast execution, technological innovation, and multiple account types. The Hot Forex team is always ready to deliver trading services and free trading education that you can rely on every time. And this is not just a mission, it's a promise. Visit the Hot Forex Educational Centers at 3rd floor, Warala House, 90 Allen Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos, or call 0908-517-6394 or visit www.hotforex.com. Hot Forex, for traders that want more.
Quick, not the magic word. You know what to do everything sharply. Quick savings, quick bonus, and been a quick payout every day on top action bet. Now why would you not data or as low as 1 naira? If it even take your bet, it never finish you. Even as it gets itself, if it get quick payment of up to 40% on top of your ticket sales, whether you win or you lose. You think it's over? I say you never finish. You better even get a quick commission, quick monthly bonus, and a plenty quickie. You see, action bet here, then they offer quick payout. Set up over bonus, even when up to 4 games of the tickets don't card. Go www.actionbet.ng or make a great them on top 080 99 77 7728. Action Bet. Win big.
Only DSTV brings you the very best football action. With more than 20 live matches any given week from the best leagues in the world, the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and the Champions League. We're talking Igalo, Salah, Kane, Aguero, Pogba, Griezmann, Messi, and Ronaldo. Get a HD decoder, dish, and 1 month compact subscription for only 18,600 naira. We have the world's best football, only on DSTV.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Any obstacle.
Simple message from Eval from us on Nigeria Info FM to you. That is just a matter of time. The stars will align, and then you would know that it's your time to shine. Those are not just me trying to give you a number of puns, but it's actually words of encouragement to everyone out there who's faced with the